It is around 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm driving the GL. Dhruv is in the GLA. And we are dog tired because today has been really long. We're startled out of our grogginess when this pickup truck with lights flashing and sirens wailing forces us onto the shoulder. And before we know it, 4 men in ski masks and armed with what look like assault rifles take attack positions around the car. Luckily, these guys asked us questions before shooting. They told us it would be dangerous at night, that we shouldn't leave the safety of the highways. But hey, we never once came remotely close to feeling threatened.
If it were easy, it wouldn't be worth it. If it were easy, it wouldn't be memorable. And if it were easy, it wouldn't be an adventure. And it certainly wouldn't be the GLA adventure. Of course, we do have to keep reminding ourselves that what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. That is the phrase, isn't it?
I could be anywhere on earth, but this could be Fort Cochin because that's where I grew up and there are lots of cafes like this. But this museum cafe in San Cristobal de las Casas in the Chiapas state of Mexico, it's known for its coffee and that's what we come here for. I've come from 900 kilometers of driving and about 4 hours of sleep, so I really need a cup of coffee. They've got me 2 kinds of coffee. One is a medium roast, one is a strong roast. I'm going to see which one wakes me up better. That's the test.
When you think of Mexico, the first things that come to mind are sombreros, mariachi bands, tequila, and tacos. Needless to say, there's a lot more to Mexican culture than these cliches. 400 kilometers to cover, all in the hills, and a border crossing to contend with as well. Couldn't really leave San Cristobal without trying some of its famous coffee. Yes. I only agreed to the shoot because we were drinking coffee. Otherwise, it's way too early for me right now.
It's good, right? It's worth it.
This is really good.
I think it's good enough to pour in the cars, or they might just drive us to where we want to go. Where are we going today?
We're heading to Guatemala today.
All right.
Actually, the cars are starting to smell not so great, so maybe
powder some of
these
this.
coffee beans in the cars would be a good idea.
Salute.
Salute. I'll drink to that. Departments of Chihuahua and Chiapas states provided us with security through some parts of our journey, essentially to ensure that our rather conspicuous machines didn't attract any untoward attention. We've had police escorts in some of the more tricky areas, although I have to say, not once in this country have I ever felt even the slightest bit unsafe.
These guys are running 5.7-liter Hemi engines in pickup trucks, Dodge Rams. And we're having a hard time keeping up with them because they want to, I think, get us to the border as quickly and as safely as possible.
The police that we've had and that we've encountered and that we've met with have been the absolute friendliest in the world. We got stopped in Luxembourg where they wanted to check the cars out. We got stopped in the US, of course, when we were taking pictures outside of Fort Riley. And of course, the authorities have always been very cordial. In this case, they've been incredibly warm, incredibly friendly. So we're almost at the Guatemalan border and we can't leave without saying gracias, senor. to these gentlemen because they have been absolutely incredible. We have powered through Mexico thanks to them. We've had a hard time keeping up.
Keeping up, actually. The 5.7 liter Hemi in that truck.
5.7 liter Hemi in that truck.
So, gracias, senor. Thank you so much. So we're at the Guatemala border, and I'm actually a bit sad to leave Mexico behind. Not been here for too long, but it's been a really nice place. It seems damn interesting. The colors, people, the roads, the sky. I'm going to come back here for sure.
A process that we thought would take about 2.5 hours has ended up taking more like 5.5. If you ever want to do this yourself, keep in mind you're going to need a hell of a lot of documentation.
So we finally crossed the border into Guatemala. We thought we'd get to our destination for the night, Panajachel, by 10 p.m., but doesn't look like that's happening.
Tourist police on this side of the border is being as helpful as they were in Mexico. He's got his lights flashing. We've just passed a row of cars in a town just across the border, and it looks like we'll finally make it to our destination at some point tonight. My 9-year-old daughter and I often play an interactive globe game that shouts out names of obscure countries at you. The most fun ensues when exotic names have to be scouted, such as Guatemala or Nicaragua. Who knew it was exactly this landmass that I'd be covering on the GLA adventure?
Sunrise at Villa Catarina. There's a great bloody blue lake outside my window, and on the other side, 3 volcanoes. This whole stretch of land from Mexico to North Panama is a volcanic arc. They are mostly dormant, but a few let rip once in a while.
The places we had seen would remain etched in our minds forever. The people we had met would have a place in our hearts always. And the experiences we had served to endow us with instant wisdom. And that's the beauty of travel and adventure. We're bringing you the GLA adventure on TV, of course, but we're also bringing it to you in print and on the web. As the editor of the Auto X magazine, we need really good pictures, both for you and for Auto X. So, this is one of the perils of the job.
The whole place is charming and beautiful, and again, we have to cross over another country into Honduras today. Along the way, a bunch of BMW GS bikes overtake us. They wave and we wave back. Overlanders on the road, what a feeling. And they look so free. I want to go with them. It's really beautiful, this country. I mean, I thought it'd be poor and they wouldn't have great roads and all. They got 4-lane highways, perfect 4-lane highways. They've got really good holiday spots, and they've got restaurants, really nice restaurants. So that's the thing, where I want to stay and I want to experience more of this, but we're always on a schedule. Now we're going to Antigua, rushing there to shoot a classic car collector.
I'd fallen in love once more. Our journey in Guatemala that day was a mere 100 kilometers to another beautiful city, Antigua. And in Antigua, the very many loves of my life were waiting. Mario Sueras, who makes armored cars for a living, shares that love too, of cars. Vintage, classic, muscle, Italian. I am breathless. How and when did you get into collecting cars?
Collecting about 25 years ago, maybe. But feeling cars, it's a long time ago.
I'm breathless, literally. I cannot, I'm gasping for breath looking at your cars. It's just incredible.
What you see here, and you will see in the rest of the program, well, about only 3 or 2 came very well. But the rest, I did a complete restoration.
It was your American cars, so tell us about them. You're a big American car fan also.
What you see here also are American car, but we call them muscle cars. It is a Shelby Cobra. Let me start this car, huh?
Told you that I'm having a hard time breathing. Oh my God.
I didn't push, I just put this much.
Yeah.
It goes up to 10,000 RPMs, you know.
Wow.
This is the James Dean replica?
Well, this is a
it-
replica, yes,
Yeah.
yes. A replica that I can sell expensive because it's not easy to make a replica like this.
It's a beautiful shape, all the same. Is it very different when you drive the American cars or the European cars? You have some Porsches and Jaguars and Ferraris.
Well, they're all different, you know. They're all different, but one thing that's very different from American cars and German cars or British cars is the sound of the melody that you feel in a car that's Italian. But the Ferrari, it's a melody, like they say it.
Should we go and
have a look
take a look at some of the European ones?
Let's go there. Well, this is a very strange car, you know. This is the Lagonda. Now, one of the cars that have more story here, there's 2, is this car. This is a 1929 Packard, and everything is original. If you touch here, you'll see that the paint, there's probably rust coming in.
Yeah.
But I would never repaint it. But it's history, you know.
Yeah,
it's a car that I love it. This is one of the cars that I love most. This car was in a warehouse because the owner didn't give it to me free. He knew that it was worth it. This is what I found.
Yeah. Could you restore any of the wood or did you have to change it completely?
No, we made it here in Guatemala.
It must be really special to drive it the first time after it's been restored.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a... So I feel so proud of this because, look at that.
You're really a caretaker of automotive history because to see all of these different types of cars in one place and to see them in such incredible condition, I mean, it's like a museum, but it's a rolling museum. For us, this has been an absolute pleasure.